We are looking to enhance the bit-by-bit project from the YByte Python curriculum available at www.ybyte.in. In this video, we'll see a very interesting and a useful concept, that of gray codes, which are very special way of representing these binary numbers. Uh, let's start with a simple counter where I keep counting upwards 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on and so forth. You notice as I go, for example, from 7 to 8, three LEDs go from being red to white, and one of them turns down to, let's say, from white to red. So, which means four LEDs change position, change the status. Now, five did, and so on. So, at any one point of time, there could be one LED changing position, two, three, four, or say even eight LEDs. For example, when I go from 1 1 1 1 1 1 back to 0 0 0 0. Now, there is this very interesting representation which is called the gray code, which I'm going to demonstrate in a moment, where as we go through this sequence, I'm just basically counting upwards, you will see that at any one point of time, only one LED will change status, which means it will go from being on to off or say off to on. But the important point is one and only one would change. Now, in fact, this is quite important in many engineering applications, because sometimes we do not want all the bits to be changing together as a transition from, let's say, one number to the other number. Let's first see a demonstration of this. Now, when I run this, you notice any one point of time, either an LED is getting turned on or it is getting turned off, but it's one and exactly one LED that is changing its position. Even when I went from all four ones to, let's say, the next one, it's always just one LED that is changing. Clearly, this sequence is out of order because these numbers are now being represented in a gray manner, what is called the gray code. Now, we will first learn what a gray code is, and then we'll see how we can implement this in our code. Like I said, this is a very important engineering, construct, and it's used in a wide variety of things. Uh, Now, the idea behind gray code is that it's an ordering of binary numeral systems such that two successive values differ in exactly one and only one bit. Let's understand with some examples. Let's say we have two-bit numbers, which means 0, 1, 2, 3. The way we understand them, the natural orders, as I'm calling them, is 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, and 1, 1. Because again, we know that, look, I first count in the lowest bit and then I count with the highest bit. Now, with this, for example, 3 is 2 to the power 0 plus 2 to the power of 1, and so on. So we've seen this a lot before. But now let's look at the gray coded version of this. Basically, remember the constraint I'm putting on myself is that, look, I will not change more than one bit as I transition between these numbers. So for example, from 0 0 I go to 0 1. That's okay because only one bit changed here. From 1 1, if I were to go to 1 0, this bit will go from 1 to 0. This bit will go from 0 to 1. That will be two bits change. I do not want that. Hence, I'll retain my bit number 1 and instead change bit number 0. Instead change bit number 1 to 1. So I go from 0 1 to 1 1, and thereafter I go from 1 1 to 1 0. So you notice if I look at this, even if I look at it like in a sequential manner, I go from 0 0 to 0 1 to 1 1 to 1 0, I come back to 1 0. So even in between here to here, there's only one bit change. Whereas, for example, in this case, from here to here, there was a 2-bit change. So that's the difference. At any one point of time, only one bit is changing. Let's look one more example, 3 bits this time. Natural order would be 0 0 0 0 0 1. Again, you notice 2 bits change here. 1 bit changes here. 3 bits change here. For example, this 2 go from 1 to 0. This goes from 0 to 1. So all 3 bits in fact change here. And likewise, all 3 bits change when I go from 1 1 1 back to say 0 0 0. Let's look at the gray coded version of this. Start from 0 0 0, go to 0 0 1. That's okay. Here, instead of going to 0 1 0, I go to 0 1 1. Again, notice only one bit changed. Here again only one bit change, again only one bit change, again only one bit change, because that's a rule, right? Every successive transition there's only one bit that is changing. Here again one bit changes, again one bit changes, I come back to 0 0 0, again just one bit changes. So this is called a gray coded representation of numbers. Very interesting. There's a very nice pattern, in fact, that comes up when we study these numbers. When we have, let's say, just one bit, of course only one bit changing. The way I want to create, let's say, a 2-bit gray sequence would be to just take this 1-bit sequence and reflect it. So notice 0 1 1 0, and then for the first two I go and add a 0, for the next two I go and add a 1. In fact, the same thing continues for larger numbers. So I take this entire for 2-bit sequence, notice that's here, I reflect it, which means 1 0 1 1 0 1 0 0, as if there was a mirror over here. Now for the first half of the bits, which means first half of the numbers, which means the first four numbers, I put a 0. Remaining, I put a 1. And this gives me the gray sequence that I was looking at. In fact, if you think through this carefully, um, when I look at any number, if I let's say I want to now, an interesting question that comes up is how do I convert between, let's say, the natural binary to the gray code? So, what I mean is that, look, if I have, for example, number 10, which is 2, what is the gray representation of it? Well, in fact, the rule is very simple, and that is kind of visible from this pattern if you think about it carefully. But, the idea is that I start from the rightmost bit, which is 0. I look at the previous bit, which is the bit to the left side. If it is 1, then I will go and invert it. So that's why 10 becomes 11 in gray. And you notice that's exactly what it is. So 10 here, basically 10 would have been this here, 012, but that becomes 11, as you can see in this, right? So 10 becomes 11. Let's take one more example. 100 becomes 110 because again, notice I do not invert this bit. I invert this bit because the bit left to it is 1, so it becomes 1, and then this remains 110. Let's verify. 100 becomes in gray coded 110. Now, how do I implement this in code? Well, very, very interesting from bitwise operators perspective. Basically, what's going on is that, for example, for 100, I am doing an XOR between 100 and 010, which means a right shifted version of this. That gives me 110. In fact, the formula that I'm using here in bitwise sense is I'm doing an XOR between X itself, the number, and X right shifted by 1. Remember, right shift is basically like division, a floor division, but that's exactly what I'm doing, right? So now let's understand why this works. Very interesting, very intuitive. Let's say I have a number X, which is B7 until B0. Now, when I do a right shift of this, remember, I get a 0 over here. Every other bit shifts out. B0 basically goes missing. Now, when I do an XOR between these two, remember an XOR with a 0 is the bit itself, which means B7 will always remain unchanged, which is fine. B6, B5, B4, and so on until B0 will invert provided the previous bit, because that's a right shifted one. So B6 will invert, for example, provided the previous bit is 1, B7 is 1. B5 will invert if B6 is 1, because an XOR with a 1 results in an inversion of the bit. So think through it. Every bit will invert provided the previous bit is a 1, and that's exactly what's going on. And we'll end up with a gray coded version of this. Again, makes sense to see it working, because that is when this becomes really clear. So I get back here to my code. I define a function called, let's say, gray code X, which is going to give me from a natural binary mapping to the gray mapping. And all I do is to return, as we just discussed, X. X, that's XOR with a right shifted version of 1. So if I did an XOR between X and X right shifted by 1, that gives me the gray code. Now, to implement this in our LED pattern, well, all I need to do is to define one more style, which is what I'm going to do now. So I'm going to say, well, let me set the style to, for example, 6. So here I just go and say, well, look, if style is equal to, say, say 6, so I can just put this ptn again to 0p00000000. Of course, we can make this code more concise. Style is equal to 4, 5, or 6, because the same thing is going on. But the important bit is here. So I'm going to just add in this code. My ptn will keep counting exactly the way it was counting earlier. So I'll let everything be. Only thing I'll change is I'll call this as a gray code. So gray code here. Now I've intentionally slowed down the pattern a little bit. That's why I made this to, let's say, sleep off 1 second. That's why, so that becomes sort of somewhat easier to see. So now when I run this, you notice now this is going in a gray manner, and at any one point of time, at rather any transition, only one bit is affected. For example, here one bit change, again one bit change, again this bit change, this bit change. Now this bit change could be going from on to off to on, doesn't matter, but only one bit is being touched at any one point of time. Very, very useful in practice. Lots and lots of applications. Happy to discuss if you are interested, but I hope you found this interesting. In general, building activities, enhancing them, connecting those concepts to the real world is a great way to learn programming. And that is what we do at YByte. Look at our website, www.ybyte.in, because we learn Python programming through fun activities. Take care. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.